Another important thought starts in verse 21. This is not one of our 70. Verse 21, Shri Krishna starts with Bahya Asakti, which means becoming independent of context. This verse is often known to be the seed for chapter 6. Anyone who wants to practice dhyana, a prerequisite is for one not to be attached to circumstances, articles, beings. We are now taking up verse 22, the fourth verse of the 5th chapter. Swami Tejomayananda described this verse as very powerful. Yehi samsparshaja bhogaha dukkayonaya evate adyantavanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddhaha. Joy. There's an emphatic statement, indeed. Yea, that which samsparsha relates to contact. As I contact this chair, I contact the birds. I'm doing this through my senses, generalized as the body. What happens with this contact? There is a birth of what? Bhoga. Bhoga is indulgence, bhoga is pleasure. When the sense organs interact with the sense objects, all that is born is pleasure. The senses can only experience sensations. For those who contemplate and you're seated for too long and you try to get up, there's a lack of sensation in your legs. Then the sensation comes back. That's all it is. That's the point of this first quarter. Pleasure, not joy. Shri Krishna zooms in more. Actually, what is born? Dukkha yonaya. This contact of organs with objects, this is the womb of dukkha. Please define dukkha for me in the chat. What does dukkha mean? Sorrow. A whole lot of sorrow. Sadness. Correct. The full etymology of this meaning is bad space. Organs with objects give birth to a bad space. If you think the last time you compromised on peace for pleasure, it left you in a bad space, correct? And that's why the word eva is used. Eva means alone or only. This contact gives rise to pain in all tenses. This was our experience from the past. This is our experience in the present. Somehow, we think our experience will be different in the future. But if precedent is set, overeating caused me pain in the past, is causing me pain in the present, why do I think it will change in the future? Only. Third quarter. Now some logic is shared. Kaunteya. Prince Harjanad. This is chapter 5, so we're in the active listening phase. Listen. These contacts, Adi, they have a beginning. Anta, they have an end. That which has a beginning and an end is temporary. The temporary cannot result in the permanent. Do you require 150 verses for this to be clear? The temporary cannot result in the permanent. Those who want peace, they still live for the temporary. Those who need peace, they live for the permanent. Some reflections on how we can follow this logic. Whenever you have that distraction of choosing peace or pleasure, try to affirm to yourself, say it out loud, at least think it. I have willpower. When you feel you have willpower, you become stronger than world power. Affirm this. Even more tactile than this, try to reduce your exposure to what you indulge in. If I were to go to a restaurant, tomorrow Sheila and I have to go to the police chief's retirement party. And so there'll probably be steak there and chicken and so on. I don't have to avoid that because I'm not tempted by that. But if there's a chocolate bar, we should come home before that's open. So reduce your exposure to that which you're tempted by. That's following logic. And now the final quarter, Buddhaha. Those who are Tattva Darshina, Samadarshina, they're tuned in to the foundation to equality, na ramate. They do not plan or live or revel in pleasure. Connecting this all the way back to chapter 2, Prince Arjuna's request of Shri Krishna is, I already know Preya, which is long-term. I need guidance in Shreya, which is, did I say long-term? I meant short-term. Preya is short-term. I need guidance in Shreya, which is long-term. The wise do not compromise on the long-term for the short-term. In Narada Bhakti Sutra, I've been emphatic about being uncompromising. In Prithvi Seva Sangha, I've been emphatic about not living by convenience. Do not give up the long term. Puja Swami Tejromayananda had shared, wise people, they have an efficiency in their effort. You put in 10 hours of effort, you get a little bit of pleasure. You put in 10 hours of effort towards self-development, you get a lot of peace. An efficiency of effort. This verse is very powerful because we have to redefine what wisdom is, what it means to be Buddha. I was recently interacting with a parent, and she was telling me about a mistake that she recently made and how this mistake has fermented into regret. She started to cry. I tried to share with her, and I'm sharing with you, all from what Shri Krishna has shared with us. We are not the worst. Shri Krishna at one point had taught us that even the worst can become pure, can become peaceful. We are not the worst. The fact that we even use the word Krishna is indicative that we are not the worst. If you still are one who gets lost in mistakes and regret and the worst, remember, it is the ego that made the mistake. It is the ego that regrets. It's the ego that is the worst. You are not the ego. You are the divine. When I was growing up, there was always praise for the Hubble telescope. How many of you have heard of the Hubble telescope before? Almost everyone. Then in 2021, the James Webb Space Telescope was launched. And this is 100 times more powerful than the Hubble telescope. How many of you know about this? I'm sharing these references with you because what the James Webb Space Telescope is for the outside, Bhagavad Gita is for the inside. Bhagavad Gita is synonymous with Vedanta. Veda means to know. Divinity is in the details. And Anta is inside. Inside of life, inside of you. Bhagavad Gita begins with the theme of fear. That's chapter 1. Chapter 2 is fearlessness, but another way to think about this, if chapter 1 is the symptom, chapter 2 is the source of that symptom. If the symptom is fear, the source of fear is selfishness. Those in our Dialogue with Dharma course tonight, I will be teaching about self-centeredness. Not that you need to be taught about that. This is just a natural understanding of ours. Then chapter 3 begins the solution to the source of the symptom, and that is dedication. Chapter 4, dedication with deservershiplessness. Chapter 5, dedication with deservershiplessness and doershiplessness. A doer is synonymous with one who feels they are the creator. Some feel they're the creator with a capital C. They're that self-centered, but in a more relative way. A creator is one who feels they can create what they need, that is joy. A doer feels they're a creator. They think they can create this need of joy. They feel they can create that being filled. You can't create joy, which means being the doer is illogical. What you need is not outside. What you need is inside. The fourth verse in this chapter that we've explored is number 22. In verse 22, there is a strong message about those who are wise. They are inward looking. Those who are unwise are outward looking. Pujaswami Tejomayananda had shared. Those who have a love for the external are led to a great hell. Those who have a love for the external, pleasure, possession, position, they're being led to a great hell. But please remember, they're leading themselves. Your purpose is your purpose.